Welcome back, you're watching Overdrive. What does an 830 PS electrified mid-range Ferrari look like? It looks like the very stunning Ferrari 296 GTB. It is based out of Maranello. It's the first V6 road-going car to get the Ferrari badge. Here's Simran with all the details.
In Ferrari's 75-year history, it's used V6s in Formula One with spectacular success, which makes one wonder, why haven't they used one in a road car before? Well, all that changes now. But what a fitting tribute. The 296 GTB is a pretty Ferrari in the truest, purest, simplest sense of the word. It's got the proportions and it's got the style of Ferraris of past, but you've also got all the technical details sort of more hidden away. So for example, the air vents to cool the brakes are below the DRLs, the radiators are tucked right back behind the front mesh, and they've got what they call the T-tray to kind of force air under the car. It all comes together to make for a face that looks a lot simpler and beautiful in the way that you're used to seeing Ferraris. Moving back, you've got this hidden sort of roof spoiler that bridges the two buttresses at the rear. You've got these huge air intakes that feed the intercoolers for the engine. Now, Ferrari says that this isn't a successor to the Dino, you know, the last Ferrari V6 that wasn't badged a Ferrari. It's got styling tributes that kind of hark back to the 250 Le Mans, another Ferrari that's often considered the most beautiful of them all. But around here at the back, you get a peek through this clear Lexan deck lid of really what makes the 296 GTB special. This is Ferrari's first V6 engine in a road-going car, but it's also a first in a number of different ways in that it's a 120-degree V6, which means the angle is shallower than a 60-degree V6, for example. Now, there are very few car manufacturers making this configuration of a V6, McLaren and Maserati being one of them. But even though Maserati and Ferrari have that connection, this has nothing to do with the Nettuno V6 that's in the MC20. This does have hybrid assistance, and it's a plug-in hybrid, which you can tell from right there. What you get is the ability to do pure electric journeys up to 25 kilometers, and you can hit about 135 on pure electric power alone. Which brings us to the specs of the engine itself. You're looking at 830 PS combined from the two electric motors and this engine. The specs are actually mind-blowing considering where this car is supposed to sit. It's quicker than the F8 Tributo and it's quicker than an A12 GTS. So you're looking at 0 to 100 kmph in 2.9 seconds, 0 to 200 kmph in 7.3 seconds, and well over 330 kmph as a top speed. This V6 engine is 30 kg lighter than the V8-2, but the hybrid system adds 130 kg for a total drive weight of 1470 kg. It also has allowed Ferrari to shorten this car's wheelbase some 50 mm compared to the F8 Tributo. Ferrari's side slip control can estimate grip 35% faster, so it can help you out quicker, while there's a new ABS system to help anybody trail brake like a driving pro. I suppose behind the 296 GTB would be the second most exciting place to be, because Ferrari's paid special attention to the acoustics of this engine, so much so that they're calling it the Piccolo V12 or small V12. It's a V6, but it sounds like a V12. Now, they've done this by engineering equal-length headers and piping some of those exhaust noises back into the cabin, and we'll show you what it sounds like. Boy, Ferraris just get their driving position so right. You sit nice and low, the wheel comes out to you, and there is so much space just because of the fact that this central tunnel is actually on the floor versus, say, something like the Roma, where it's taking up quite a bit of space in the center. Now, of course, the instrumentation sort of wraps around you, and there's a lot of touch controls. You have your regular Manatino and you have the e-Manatino. Because this is a hybrid, you do wish that it had a little more physical controls for some stuff, Then again, if this is the future of Ferrari, we're not complaining. Ferrari hasn't revealed the exact price for the 296 GTB, but this car in this spec costs about Rs 5.4 crore ex-showroom or about 20 lakh more than an F8 Tributo with a similar spec. It's safe to say the 296 GTB is in very rarefied company. Man, what a car.
With that, it's time for us to wrap up this week's edition of Overdrive. But remember, you can stay in touch with the team through Facebook, Twitter, as well as YouTube. And you can follow our latest updates on Instagram. We'll see you next week. Until then, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.